Oh, hey, kia ora. Sorry, did not see the countdown thing going. Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to life from Escondido in California. It has been an exhausting. I have, let's see, we went for a walk this morning. We did our morning, got up, did our morning walk. Well, first of all, we did our accountability call because we decided to sleep in a little this morning. So got our accountability call done. Accountability is really awesome. If you have goals and stuff that you're going after, then it is totally worth having an accountability partner, somebody who you can turn around and say, these are my goals for this week. And then you call them back, check with me on such and such day to see if I've got this done because I need to get this done by this date. Can you please check in with me by this date to see if I've got it done? Then and they can call you and say, did you get it done? And you can go yes or no. But the fact that you've now got to tell somebody, it's all very well setting goals, but the fact that you now have to tell somebody whether or not you did it, did the steps that you need to do to achieve that goal, puts an extra burden on you to make sure you actually do it. So I love my accountability calls with Yvonne every Wednesday because I can get in there and I know that every Wednesday I have to go in there and I have to tell her what I've done this week, what I've achieved this week, where I had roadblocks, what I did to get through those roadblocks, and did I achieve my goals or not? Or do I have to extend it because of circumstances beyond my control? All sorts of things. So love, love, love my accountability calls and all of that sort of every Wednesday. So I had that this morning, so I did that. Then Zeffy and I went for our nice morning walk. It was a beautiful morning. I mean, I'm out there and didn't have a sweatshirt on at the time, just a t-shirt. It was like 66 degrees out there. It was gorgeous out there this morning. And then when we came back, we sat in our outside chairs. So Zeffy got up in one chair, I sat in the other one, put my feet up on the little footstool. And if you haven't seen our really cool little outdoor seating area, check the photos that we posted on Facebook earlier today. Very, very comfy chairs. Problem was that Zeffy would get up there, lay down in it, watch what was going on, and the people next to us were packing up, getting ready to leave and head off to another RV resort. And so of course Zeffy's like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And then she'll be up out of the chair and wandering around. Of course, I'm on the leash, 6-foot leash. I'm sitting there. I'm not going anywhere. She's only on a 6-foot leash. The amount of trouble that dog can get into on a 6-foot leash is hilarious. She gets tangled up in the bushes. She gets tangled up around the chairs. So it wasn't very much of a relaxing time. And then she'd hop back up in the chair and she'd lay down for a few minutes and just kind of look around. And then we'd jump off the chair and go, yeah. But we had a nice quiet time. We had probably spent about 15, 20 minutes sitting out there after we got back from our walk. And it was just really, really nice. And I thought, okay, maybe we can bring lunch out here and have lunch out here. And then I realized I don't have a little table. I have the chairs, I have the footstool. So my next I'm going to work on the reward system again, like I did to get these chairs, where I set myself a goal that I have to achieve, and if I don't achieve it, then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do as punishment. But if I achieve it, I get to go get a little side table to put between my chairs where I can put my drinks, I can put food. Although if I put food there, she'll probably try and eat it. I'll have to think about that one. The other thing I did, and before I forget, because I've got it written right there, I'm playing with her. This thing squeaks like crazy. She found it that I thought I had it hidden very, very well. I did have it hidden very, very well. She finally found the hiding place for it. And I was on a training call on Zoom earlier this evening. She found this thing. Oh my gosh, I have never heard this thing squeak so loudly. It is a very loud squeaker on this thing. I could not hear what was being said on the Zoom. She was like down here near me, squeaky, 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 running into the bedroom, jumping up on the bed, coming back out here, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. So I eventually took it off her. It's been sitting on the table ever since, and she hasn't found it yet. And I'm not squeezing it right now because then she'll want it, and then I'll make it for a very noisy evening. So it's going to sit right here. I just like the little prickly things on it. Nice on the hands. Good little massage. Anyway, back to my itinerary. So I want to give a huge shout out to my aunt and uncle, my Uncle Neil and my Auntie Margaret in New Zealand, because today in New Zealand, January 30th in New Zealand, and today is their 55th wedding anniversary. So a huge shout out to them for such a great milestone, and hope they have a super fantastic sparkling wedding anniversary full of love and laughter, and here's to the next 55. So I love stories and that sort of stuff. So they're a great couple. Just trying to think. Brain's going. Let's see. Oh, then I had to go change all my reservations because remember yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I mentioned that I was changing my travel itinerary. And Monday, I had spent a good portion of the day making reservations at RV parks, finding RV parks to camp at, deciding how many days I was going to. Most of them were 2 nights. There was a couple of places 3 nights. And I got it down to I just had one more reservation to do before I got into Orlando. Well, so today I had to go change all of those reservations to different dates. And then I was sort of like, oh, since I no longer have the time constraint when I have to be in Orlando, there's some places I can now take a little longer. I can spend 3 nights in a couple of places. Um, so I've slightly changed it. Still going to go the same route we were before, except for we're not going up to Santa Clarita in the RV. We'll be leaving from here and heading to Palm Springs and spending the night there, and then we're into Arizona. We were going to be staying at one RV resort that doesn't take reservations, but say we have plenty of space for anybody wanting to do a 1 or 2 night stay. We only take reservations on those wanting a month. I'm like, okay. So, but there's other RV parks immediately around them if they don't have space. But they assure me that they have plenty of space for, and especially with the dates I was looking at. Then in Tucson, I'm actually going to be there now for 3 nights instead of 2. And one of those days I might rent a car and go do something like go down and have a look at the missile silo down there. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I read it. But I'm back at the RV park I was at in October, and I really like that RV resort. So it'll be good to go back to that one. Then we're going in through Deming, New Mexico. 2 nights in El Paso. 2 nights in Fort Stockton, 2 nights in Junction. Oh, that was the weird one. So I called up the one in El Paso, called them up to let me know I was changing the dates, and they asked me, well, how did you make your reservation? I said, well, I went through your online system and made the reservation. Oh, we don't take reservations through our online system. We don't look at those. So it means that you haven't reserved. So can I make your reservation for you now? And I went, okay. How weird. So made my reservation with them. Got a cheaper rate. Love that. Not going to complain about that one. But that was just really weird how they said, oh, we don't take reservations online. I said, then why do you give people the option to go online and make these reservations? It was strange. But, it's where I want to be in El Paso, and it looks like a good resort. It's got good reviews, so we'll give it a go. Let's see, Stockton. There was one where I tried calling them and I got a really weird voicemail. It rang and rang and rang, and then it mentioned that I was trying to call this particular voicemail, but you can't leave voicemail on this one because they have no voicemail on there. But then I got a text message with driving directions to the resort, and I'm like, thank you for calling the resort. Here are the driving directions, and it was from a completely different telephone number, with driving directions to the resort, and I thought, how weird. And so I was just like, whatever. San Antonio, I'm now staying 3 nights. There's a couple of things in San Antonio. One I want to do is the river walk, and then there's a couple of places in there I want to go and have a look at. Then I'm actually just outside Houston in Katy, Texas. I'm staying there at Katy Lake. They had no problem extending my stay there, changing my dates. And then I got up to just outside Lafayette in Louisiana and got that reservation changed. And I looked at the time and went, well, no wonder I'm having problems getting people, because it's like, and I totally forgot that I'm starting here on East Coast time, and as I'm moving across, I'm getting into different time zones. So by the time I sat down to do the last 3, it was almost 6 o'clock Eastern time, which is what most of these were in by that point. So I was like, okay, they're first thing in the morning. So it's been changing the reservations. Had some great conversations with people today when I was changing the reservations. Some were very businesslike, boom, bang, get it done. One woman, and I said, so will that be okay? She says, yes, that'll be fine. Okie dokie. She goes, no, she didn't say. I said, oh, I need to change the date. She goes, okie dokie, let's get that changed. And I'm like, okie dokie, when was the last time I used that? So it's kind of interesting just talking to these different people. Some of them had no clue what they're doing. Some people were completely not paying attention to what you were saying on the phone because you could hear them having other conversations with other people while you're trying to change your reservation. But I did get the email confirmation through, so at some point they were listening and did get it done correctly. Um, and then there was ones that were just using terms like okie dokie, and I'm like, who in hospitality uses okie dokie? I'm like, okay. So it's been a busy day. And then by the time I got all of that done, and then I ended up having a really cool Zoom with another cruise planner, which was awesome, who's been living in an RV full time for 2 years now. Um, so we were comparing notes on that and just had and told her about my idea that I'm working on. Um, but yeah, great conversation comparing notes on living in an RV and traveling and all that sort of stuff. And um, it was a really cool conversation. Then I had to cut that short because I had a client call me, and then I had a training call to do. And of course, I'm like looking outside, going, I really want to go sit back outside again. So after the training thing, it was now dark because it was after 6, and Zephy was like going nuts. She like, I want out, so she's running around and whining and yeah, all over the place. So we went out for a nice evening stroll, and when we came back, we went and sat in the seats outside for a little bit, and I only lasted like 5 minutes because she was up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and I'm like, it's sort of like, just get there, lay down, and watch the world go by. But no, she had to get up, go sniff everything that she's already sniffed like 3,000 times before, and crazy, crazy dog. But it was nice. It was good sitting out there this morning when we came back from a walk. Wonderful sitting out there this evening when we came back from a walk. And tomorrow we'll try and sit out there a little more because the seats are really comfy and I kind of like them. And it means we get outside in the fresh breeze. But kind of glad I didn't get out there midday because, excuse me, we had some really high winds coming through. So bad that I pulled the awning in. And I don't typically do that. There is supposed to be some electronic monitor up on the roof that when the wind gets to a certain speed, it automatically winds the awning in. Fried brain today. But it was waving around really badly, and I really didn't want it damaging the struts or anything, so I just pulled it all in. So hopefully tomorrow we won't have the winds. Tomorrow animal is getting evaluated for sale to see what price is getting valued to see what price we can get for her. Coming up to the time I'm going to be parting with animal. I've only had the car 15 years. It's been a good little car. I love that car, but unfortunately I've got to store it for 7 months and it's not worth it to store it that amount of time because then you got to look at battery problems and all that sort of thing when you get back, plus paying the storage. So it's kind of time to us to part way with animal. So who thought getting rid of a car would be emotional? But there's been we've had a lot of good road trips in that car. I mean, there's times when if we weren't traveling far, where Brad and I would actually take animal and Brad would drive animal, and he liked driving animal. I think he liked the maneuverability of her through traffic. She doesn't have a great pickup thing, but once you get her up to speed and stuff, she flows beautifully through traffic and all that sort of thing. So he used to enjoy driving her on our weekend getaways and that sort of stuff if we weren't going too far. But yeah, so she'll get evaluated tomorrow for sale, and so it's an end of an era coming there, but we are starting on new adventures, and I'm keeping my eyes open for while I'm traveling and stuff to see what people are using for tow cars, either the 4 wheels on the ground or 2 wheels on a dolly and 2 wheels on the ground. So I'm keeping my eyes open for that to see what sort of cars are out there. I see a lot of Jeep Wranglers getting flat towed. I see a lot of Honda CRVs getting flat towed. Jeep Cherokee's another one that gets flat. It's like the Jeeps get flat towed all over the place. So I did get to drive a Jeep Cherokee in, where was I? Tucson for a couple of weeks when I was there in October. And I actually kind of enjoyed driving it. I just don't like the fact that they don't have a very good repair history. They don't have a very good maintenance history as far as breakdowns and stuff goes. Otherwise, I would look at something like that because, I mean, I was able to plug my phone in and play the music through the car and do the phone through the car and all that sort of stuff. And it was actually comfortable to drive and maneuverable through traffic and around the shopping centres and stuff. So I kind of enjoyed driving it. But, for now, we're just going to be test driving with rentals. that's what we're going to do on the road trip is test drive with rentals. So like when I'm in San Antonio, I may pick up a rental car there. When I'm in the Houston area, I may get a car there. I'm definitely going to get one when I get down to Orlando. Um, and I see Tony's on. Oh God, I can't wait to see you and Brett in a few weeks. Um, be hitting there around March 7th. No, 8th. No, hang on, 7th, 9th. Around the 9th. See, the 9th or the 10th will be arriving in the area. So, yeah, things got changed a little bit. So, yeah, so about the 8th, about the 9th, I think it is, the 9th or the 10th, we'll be getting into there. So I have to find a place to say between, let's see, the last one I've got booked is Chattahoochee, and the drive from Chattahoochee down to Orlando is a little too long for me to do in one day, so I need to find a place somewhere kind of in the middle to do that. But it looks like we're going to be in Pensacola for Zeffie's first birthday. My gosh, I can't believe it. She's going to be 11 months old on Monday. Yep, she'll be 11 months old on Monday, and then on the 3rd of March, she will turn 1. So yeah, it's gonna be fun with her. But yeah, so she's been hunting around today. She's been pretty good today. She slept most of the day. I think she's recovering from all the excitement of yesterday, which means Tuesday next week she'll probably be the same way as well. Although she would have had a whole 2 days she gets a dog sitter on Saturday for a few hours, then she's there all day Sunday, all day Monday, because I drop her off Sunday morning and pick her up Monday night, so she's staying the night, which means that Tuesday, Wednesday, she's probably going to be fairly quiet, recovering from all of that. Which is going to be interesting when we hit the road on Thursday to see how she is then with her energy levels and stuff. So, but the cool part is that when we're on the road, besides the fact that I need to re-energize myself, keep myself well hydrated while I'm driving, and make sure I have snacks for energy, that sort of thing. So I'll have a whole bunch of prep coming up this week as far as food prep goes for driving and that sort of thing. So I'm going to get that done. Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be doing that sort of prep. So this week, let's see, tomorrow's Thursday. We're getting the car valued in the morning. So in the afternoon, I may end up doing a run then to, actually no, Monday. I can do it Monday. Monday, while Sparkles is getting serviced, I will then, and I won't have Zeffie with me, I will then do the runs to the storage unit to take over the stuff that I need to take over there, and get the stuff that's there that I need for the road trip. So I've got some stuff here that I've had here because it's been handy for me to have when I've been here in San Diego. So now I'm going to take that stuff to storage, and then bring over from storage some stuff that I need when I'm on the road. So I have my on the road stuff and my when I'm in San Diego stuff. So I need to switch that over. So I'm going to do that on Monday, get everything else ready to go. I was looking at my lockers today and realized I now have 2 chairs to put in one of the lockers. I was actually had aside to put supplies in, so the chairs may have to go under this side over here, which I can't get into because there's these little bushes along the front. So I'm not going to be able to get into these lockers underneath the chairs till Monday when I pull the sides in, and then I can tuck the chairs in there and get that organized real quick before we go off to the place to get the car serviced, to get Sparkle serviced. So yeah, it's all starting to come together. It's all starting to happen, and since I made the decision that I'm not doing the conference in Orlando, but I'm still going that way, I feel like a huge weight's been lifted off me. Everything now feels really good. I'm in a good place. Everything else is starting to come together beautifully. And yeah, so tomorrow's going to be more organization, because I realized I have a lot of magazines and stuff laying around, which means that I get to do my favorite thing, which is go through magazines, pull out pictures and sayings, for vision boards, for my vision book, because I really don't have anywhere I can put a vision board, but I figured I'm just going to put the pictures into a book and do it that way that I can flip through it each day. And who knows, sometimes when I find an article that brings somebody to mind, I'll rip that article out, stick a post-it note on it saying, hey, saw this and thought of you, and stick it in an envelope and send it to them. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that over the next few days, as I offload a bunch of magazines that have somehow accumulated in my RV. And the other thing I'll do is I've got some subscriptions coming up which I'm not going to renew, And then I've got other magazines. I'm going to see if I can get them digital rather than physical, but I really do like the physical magazines because I like to, I'm kinesthetic. I got to have the touchy-feely stuff. It's like when I'm reading fiction, it's okay to have it on the Kindle, except for when I'm flying, it has to be paperback fiction when I'm on a plane. Don't ask me why. That's just the way I fly. But my nonfiction stuff has to be a physical book so I can get the highlighters in there, get the post-its in there, write little notes in the margin, all that sort of cool stuff. So anyway, I am out of here. I am going to go start going through some magazines and go finish watching a movie. And I'm watching a movie from 2000 with Paul Newman in it. It also has Dermot, he was the guy that played the fiance in Best Friend's Wedding. Dermot, I can't think of his last name. And then it has the woman who played, she was in Men in Black 2, the one with the short black hair. She played Laura. I can tell you who they played. But they're in this one, and Paul Newman plays this old guy in a prison who has this major stroke. He's paralyzed. He gets sent to this nursing home where they take care of him. But the nurse Carol, who's this woman who played Laura in Men in Black 2, or was it 3? It's one of the ones. The one with the short black hair. Who ended up being the bad alien. She suspects that he's pulling a fast one as far as, he's really okay. He hasn't really suffered a stroke. So then they end up planning this big bank robbery and all of that. So they've just had the bank robbery stuff, and the stuff's been reported on the news. And I think I got about 15, 20 minutes left of the movie. So it's a pretty good, I didn't see it back then. I never heard of it when it came out, but it turned up on Netflix. And I thought, let's watch it, see what happens. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. I'm going to go finish my movie, look at some magazines, and catch you guys tomorrow. Hei konera.